Hello, everyone. It is Frupdate number 14. I can't believe it's 14 already. And happy Halloween, everyone. Today we've got lots to cover. And I think you've seen already. I insisted on me saying this. Is we have made a scientific discovery, and there is a Derfosaurus. That's a terrible name. No, it's just a dinosaur. Well, I made me say it, but there's a Derfosaurus. Makes no sense at all. It's all because of this bet that. Okay, it's a long story, but I won that bet and she forced me to do it. But anyway, back to today's update. We have lots to cover. So we are going to talk about Thomas Little here, who is, well, yeah, he is Thomas, and his name is based on Thomas. That probably a lot of you know him by Tom Ruby Red online. And we're going to talk a little bit about the tariffs. Not a fun thing, but something that's really important. And also, I do want to cover a little bit about my Russia stories. This is the second part. The first part was gift unwrapping. That was a fun episode. And today, also, I guess it's fun, besides that Derfosaurus part, that we're going to talk about the Russia trip that we had. So, on the tariffs first, this is not a fun topic. It is causing some disruption to us. But, I think I understand why the U.S. government is doing it. So, of course, I think the government has its own reason. So, we can only react to it. So it's something that, yeah, it's not something we can have control over, especially because the policy changes all the time. So we can only immediately react to whatever the U.S. government does. And because the policy changes quite often, I would advise everyone to keep following our Facebook or keep following our social media to know our latest policy on how we react to the tariffs. And this is supposed to be a Halloween episode, but this is actually shot on October. Yes, I is looking too. 23rd. So I'm talking a lot about the tariffs on the policies we have now, but maybe by the time it's out, the policies might be different. And well, just yeah, remember to take what I say with what's called a grain of salt, or just be careful on, because this might not be the most updated version. But okay, but as far as we know, this is October 23rd. That there are tariffs coming on the already existing tariffs. So there's, I think, 100% increase for U.S. customers. And what that means is, if we sell a doll to our U.S. customers that costs like $100, someone has to pay an extra $100 to the U.S. government. Usually it's the customer, but of course, probably, I understand if all our U.S. fans, that becomes too expensive. I agree too, but that is how tariffs work. So so there are good news and bad news. Maybe more of the bad news, but let's just say so bad news first is first of all, because of the tariffs and because the price of the dolls might be really unbearable. And of course, the tax that we have to pay for the US government is so much that starting October 26th, actually by this video, it's probably already past that line, but we are going to stop shipments, or let me rephrase that. We are going to stop taking new orders for Ruby Red dolls to ship to the US. That includes Ruby Red Fashion Friends, that includes our Ruby Red Galleria, and that also includes our Mori Lori dolls and Luna Lily dolls and everything that's issued to us until further notice. We will see how the tariffs affect us after November 1st, and after that, we will take we'll have a close eye and we will consider the situation on when we will reship things back to the US. And yep, but for all the existing orders that everyone has paid before today or before even October 26th, because we promised that we will cover all the tariffs costs. So for things that we shipped to US, even if it's after the tariffs take place, we will take the loss and we will still ship it to you because this is our promise. But hopefully, that because this tariff is so sudden, we had only like 2 to 3 weeks to react before the tariffs took place. We have expedited a lot of our orders to the US. So they include a lot of those. So they include like Low, they include Ariadna, they include Tyler by the Sea, they include Edwin, they include the 2 new Mori Lollies candies and the Mushroom Fantasia. They include, I think, also Thomas, Tina. There are too many. But anyway, for all the orders that all our US customers have placed with us, we're expediting, and hopefully by the time this video is out, they are already shipped so that we can make it in time before the tariffs hit on November 1st. So for all of you, if you still, this might be a little late now, but if you have problems with payment, especially for Low, for Ariadna, and for Tyler by the Sea, because yes, you have previous paid, but that's for the design fee for our doll. Now you're paying for the real doll itself. There's a $19.99 payment that you have to pay for the doll. And if you have any problems, please email us at info@rubyredgalleria.com. Maybe I can put that email on so that everyone can see. Or you can message us on Facebook. You can message me, Derf Ruby Red, or Tom Ruby Red, or anyone in our team, and we will help you out. But for those of you, if you, I think I can explain a little bit. All you need to do is, I think for Tyler, is it for Tyler? So there's Tyler, Low, and Ariadna. I forgot which switch, but there's one doll that you log into rubyredtoys.com. That is our old website that we have switched to a new one. And then there's 2 other dolls that you pay in rubyreddolls.com. So once you log in, you just look for Tyler and also Low and Ariadna, and you'll be able to pay for the doll itself. Yeah, anyway, if there's any questions, please ask us. And what's happening next? We have really no idea what's happening next. Again, the policies change so often. This happened earlier this year, and then the tariffs went down again, and then we can ship to the US again. And so, who knows? I think fingers crossed. Maybe the tariffs doesn't take place on November 1st. Maybe it takes place and then it gets lowered again on November 5th. Or maybe it gets lowered on November 30th. And we have no clue exactly on when or how it happens. Or maybe if there is some way that we can also ship to the US without, such higher costs. I don't know how that's going to happen because we have to follow the law, and based on the US government tariffs, like it is law, is that if the tariffs take place, then for every doll, the customers have to pay 100% more, which is you pay double. And the money doesn't go to us, it goes to the US government, and that is the law. And we cannot circumnavigate around the law, right? We're people who follow the law. Yeah, my mom always tells me that. I don't want to be criminal. So this is how we're going to do it. But yeah, again, we'll just have to see what happens after November 1st. We do really, really want to ship to the US because, all of you are very important. And after that, we also have several dolls that we have on hand that we just have to figure out. I don't know how we're going to do it, but We have the Christmas dolls coming. We have our anniversary doll, which is stunning, by the way. They're coming. Um, I really, really want to showcase them, but it's November again 19, right? No, this October 19 today, right? 23. I'm sorry, October 23. I think the fan club dolls they were done like a week or two ago or something, but it's because of the tariffs and the new situation that we just think that we have to hit the stop button a little bit and we cannot announce it now. We just have to announce it after we figure out how to deal with this tariff situation. Yep. Seems like Thomas is not really happy with it too, so that's why he fell. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's a little wrap on sorry, a little update on tariffs. Let us know if you have any questions on tariffs. All right, now on to Thomas. So Thomas is a little backstory, like a little trivia thing. So it is named after Tom Ruby Red. I think yeah, a lot of you have seen him online. His real name is Thomas. And how the story went for naming him that was so there was a doll in the past called Will. Will and Thomas. Will is based on William. And so William and Thomas are in the naming committee. They actually have a book like this thick, full of names. And we have to because we have to name a doll every single time, so they actually flip through it. It's yeah, it's a little worn out actually. Anyway, it's disgusting. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, Will was saying that he had a doll that's named after him, and I think it's very unfair. So he insisted that this should be named Thomas after Thomas. So that's how Thomas came by, and also just a little trivia. There is, I think hopefully it's all already shipped now by now. There is a Prince Edwin that is designed by Martha Bowers, and that is based on Eddie. Naturally, his real name is Edwin, and that is based on Eddie. You probably a lot of you know about Eddie Ruby Red, and yeah, because again they think it's unfair, and so far they didn't dare use my name yet, which I guess I should thank them for respecting me. But anyway, so yeah, let's talk a little bit about this doll. First, he has the same sculpt as another doll. I think it's a Valentine's doll called Tom. I think it's that. Maybe I can show a picture up there. Yep, I is insisting that he should cover my face again. Anyway, so he has blue eyes. I hope I'm pointing to the eyes. I can't really see. He has blue eyes. They're real beautiful eyes, and he has the same skin tone as Flora, so something a little tan, but not that tanned. And also, so he has this hazelnut kind of brown hair, right? It's actually it's a mixture of hazelnut and red. So this is something that my mom has been working. She started working with wigs like 50 years ago, or even more longer than that. Anyway, she is an expert on wigs, and this is something that makes her doll special, because we actually for those who don't, I think I talked about this in a lot of episodes too, but we mix different colored strands together. This is something that most of the dolls out there, with their rooted, that they cannot do, because they have to accept that the color is from the materials. It's hard to explain, but just take it that they cannot change colors, but we can blend colors together. We can put highlights together. And so actually, even for human hair, there's usually different hair colors that kind of tie together into an ensemble. So this one there's a red that's intertwined with the hazelnut, which gives it a volume and it gives it really beautiful quality. And also, so in this wig, if you can see, of course, he has these bangs out here, right? This beautiful bang. I have to go lower. There's these bangs here. And you can also see that, at the back here, um, that it's actually layered. So it's thicker on the top here with a thinner here. This is intentional as well, because the hairstyle just looks better when there's more volume here, and it's less of volume here too. And that's not only the only place here. If you see from even here on the sides and near the front as well, it's also a bit thicker Okay, it's a little thicker on here and also thinner here. Um, yeah, and that, these little details gives the whole impression of, yeah, this beautiful hairstyle. So yeah, I think that's it for the head. Let's move on to the outfit. All right, so now onto the outfit. Thomas is wearing clearly a sporty streetwear kind of style, right? And I really love that kind of style. I wish now I want to wear that again every day on into work anyway. So he has like a vest that is made of like denim. Sorry, let's go to Zoom. And then of course it has a very structured seam here. Oh, look at all the details. I mean, I probably can see it on camera, but you can see how much our designers insist on details and quality. Yeah, sometimes, again, they go over budget, and this is for Coraline, which is supposedly cheaper than our limited editions, but they still insist on all these details. So you can see, of course, there is these two pockets. Pockets are not cheap, right? I mean, also look at the snap buttons. Well, snap buttons are for, first of all, it's easy for them to to snap together, than easier than traditional buttons. I mean, the white also sorry, the white also goes with the whole denim theme, and look at, I mean, the the finishing of this denim. Look, there's like different colors, and you can see this like gradual color. Oh, they they really went all out on this. Anyway, so of course we have a little logo here for Ruby Red as well. Uh, wow, wow, all the details. Anyway, besides that, then also, of course, he has our favorite, or my favorite, the hoodie. I call it sweatshirt. Is it hoodie or sweatshirt? Anyway, then this sweatshirt, and he has these two, what do you call them again? Drawstrings, yes, to, yeah, these tightens it, right? This is really like the real thing. I mean, yeah, I think a lot of other companies they don't even have these details on this actually tightens up, if you can see. So it really made it like a real thing. Most of you just wear it and then just have this as display, but this actually strings in and it can tighten a little. And then here it's you are the champion. So the story goes for Thomas is that he is a fantastic soccer player. He really loves soccer, and so we made this here. So all our logos or what's it called mottos or something that we have, they all have a positive message. And for Thomas is you're a champion. Um, and then yeah, what else is special? Oh, and of course he has this little, what is it? This pocket. Oh, the official name is Kangaroo Pouch. Oh wow. Okay. Anyway, I guess you can stick a kangaroo baby in there. No, just kidding. But these things are really, really useful for at least for me, because when it gets cold, right? You can put your hands inside, right? Yeah. I mean, this really reminds me of all the details that goes into it. I mean, yeah. Again, I love hoodies. I don't think you see me around with a lot of hoodies. I actually have a lot of hoodies at home. I wear them whenever I travel because they're just so comfortable, right? And I wish I could wear them to work. Anyway, so let's go to the denim pants, right? Oh gosh, they made real, what's it called, like belt loops. They can really put a belt inside. I mean, yeah, I think they went over budget on this. They have to specifically made all these belt loops, right? And of course, they have all these orange stitching, yes, that's the word. Sorry, my mind went black there. The orange stitching for the style here, right? And yes, of course, they insisted on two back pockets. Most pants only have one, but our designers, well, these are these are not cheap making these, right? And also two front pockets as well. Wow. Oh, sorry, I have to put it down a little bit. And also, okay, put yeah, finger in the pocket. Yes, they could go in. Yep, these are real pockets. These are so for some of the more economic dolls that we do, we actually make like a fake pocket that we just sew it and it looks like it has a pocket, but no, our designers insisted on making real pockets. Of course they do. I guess my mom was part of it too. Anyway, sorry, I have to. Okay, it's hard for me to look at it and also describe it. So anyway, I'm trying to juggle between these two. My eye is like pointing at the rim, saying go up, down, up, down, up, down. Anyway, and then now let's did I miss anything in the jeans? Let me check. Let me check. Check. I don't think so. Nope. No. Anyway, now on the sneakers. And the sneakers, of course, they went 3 different colors: pink, blue, and white. this is red. This looks pink. Oh, it is red. You know, no. I think it's a matter of perspective. Okay, it's a dark pink. No, it's orange. No, anyway, anyway, I'm not going to I'm not going to make. Yeah, I'm not gonna. What's the word for? I know the vulgar word. I nearly want to say it on camera, but I don't want to make I angry. What's like the official nice, like non-vulgar word to say that? Don't want to make her mad. Okay, that's it. Okay, because yeah. I mean, there's one that starts with a P word that I don't want to say it. Anyway, I'm on camera. And so there are 3 different colors, and of course there are shoelaces that tie up, right? And also in front, oh my gosh. So you know all these sneakers where like for I don't know, for men, right? They have these like I don't know, like air holes or something that makes that air can go in it. How many did they insist on making on every shoe? They have to poke like a hole on all the materials, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a total of 12 on each side. It's yeah, costly to make. I mean that's our designers, and of course, on the soles, right? They have these like the patterns for all these patterns for. So these patterns. I don't know how to describe these patterns, but these are for like anti-slippery for real people, right? Um, and I mean just like sorry to say, like I love you, Thomas, but slippery is not something that is really important for dolls because you don't walk around, right? But I guess yeah, our designers also insisted just on making this like real. So wow, all these wow. Anyway, well, yeah, that's our designers. They always insist on delivering quality, and well, that's why I guess is one of my favorite doll this year. Yeah, Tina and Thomas. Anyway, that's I guess a brief. I makes better videos describing dolls. Anyway, yeah, that's my little description of Thomas. I hope you like it. All right, in the spirit of Halloween, I has prepared something else. I think this is not that evil. It actually makes me look quite good, so I think she's not evil for once. Uh oh, twist my head a little bit. Okay. I think we have come up with a name on Derf Lock Holmes for today. And there's a magnifying glass, which is actually real. Like, yeah, things get distorted when I see this here. Which is cool because usually, when they give out outfits, they don't really give out like, they give out like fake glass. Like, even these glasses, they don't have any, what's it called? Any, what's that? What's the name? Like 300, is it degrees or something? They don't have that kind of, yeah, it's just pure glass, right? But this is, yeah, you can see stuff. Is my eyes being magnified? Anyway, but yeah, this hat is really funny. Apparently, I says like detective hat, and somehow it goes. How do you even tell the front from the back? You know, I guess it's called detective hat because that's probably the first thing we have to solve. I don't understand. But anyway, yeah, we have this detective hat, and I'm going to go over our Russia story. So I have a few pictures. I'm gonna just scroll them down on the phone. But I is going to post them up so you can see the full picture of it. But let's talk. So, how should we start? We had a lot of fun in Russia. It was totally out of like expectation. Uh, First of all, we got a lot of gifts from our friends. I think I told in the earlier video that I went there with a full luggage because we had to bring a lot of dolls over, and we also brought some gifts for our Russian dealer, Dimitri and Larissa. Great people, by the way. And then we thought that I thought that we will be coming with less luggage over there, and we ended up coming with back with more. There was a lot of chocolates. It was calorie packed, but you know, they were worth it. They're really good, especially the one with like vodka in the inside. Is it vodka or some kind of alcohol inside? That was really good. Don't tell mom I had alcohol, but anyway, it was really really good. Yeah, again, thank you for all the generosity by all our friends and all our friends and also our dealers there. And so let's talk about other things that happened in Russia. So where should I start first? There's so many things. I guess the first one is I learned a little Russian. And actually, a lot of people tried teaching me Russian, and just like remembering names, I have really bad memory. There's two that I remember because I use the most. One is spasiba, right? My Our translator is going to kill me if I pronounce it wrong. Spasiba, that means thank you. And also hello is the last titui. Um, and apparently there is a formal hello and a informal hello. And they tried to teach me the informal hello as well, and because it's easier to pronounce. And they said, but then the thing is like when you meet important people and you don't want to be formal and you don't want to be cordial on something, then of course you have to say the formal hello. And so instead of learning both, I just think the more important one is the one with the formal, so that you don't uh what's I want to use the p word again, but don't make the other person mad because you're using informal. But anyway, this is like French too. French has a two the really formal one and the informal one. But anyway, the last titui, and apparently like a lot of you probably can do that. Pronounce like the R sound, and I couldn't. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I was when meeting them, like a lot of them, when I started like pronouncing it, goes like la 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 last titui, but I can do it like that R sound. You know what I'm talking about, right? Everyone in Russia can do it. Because they've been all saying it. How do you learn that? I mean, if any of you have that, please just teach me how to do it because I've been practicing for 5 days and I can make it work. Anyway, that was something fun. What else was fun? So when we landed in Russia, we landed a day early before the show. And then we met our dealers, Dimitri and Larissa, and they very kindly, with two other business partners, actually one other, and his son, and they took us to a walking tour around the city center. So we passed by the Kremlin, we passed by like the Lenin memorial, and we also passed by like there's a lot of important buildings, and there are uh, I don't remember all of them, but they're all very beautiful. I should have pictures. Maybe we can put it as a slideshow or something afterwards. I'll send those pictures of all the buildings out there. They are red. I think the red is their signature color, and of course they have a lot of other things, and they have all those like pointy tops. I forgot. I remember talking about the last episode too, but what are those pointy tops called? Spires. Anyway, yeah, they're spires, but they have this rounded and then pointy top. And of course, being red, right? And we go there, it's like, oh, we're ruby red as well. And that is I think the only city that I remember that has so much red. And when I went, I was like, oh, this is perfect for ruby red as well. But anyway, walked around, and then also they treated us to this really good like seafood restaurant. The when I talked to our dealers treat us to, and then I was not hungry because there's a time difference between Hong Kong and there, and then I was already late, and then they treated us dinner on the second day, and I didn't have lunch until 4 o'clock because we were very busy. Our booth was very busy, and I went to the what they call the McDonald's of Russia because McDonald's is not in Russia anymore. And and then uh, one of the dealers, his son actually was a translator for the first day, and then he introduced me, said, "Yeah, you should go try the Russian McDonald's. It's actually better than McDonald's." And of course, I went to try. I have pictures of it. Maybe I'll show it later. But yeah, the burger was not bad. But anyway, so I had lunch at 4, and then they treated us to dinner, this huge like seafood feast at 7, and the food was really, really good. And when I say feast, I really mean a feast. Like we only ate like 10% of it. So I mean Russian hospitality is just like over the roof. Like they try to do everything to make you feel welcome. They try to do everything to make you feel like you have a good time. So they order like a whole table full of food. There's like oysters, there's like clams, there's like lobsters, there's like a fish, there's like soup, there's like yeah, all different kinds of thing. And then what was eating, and then I just couldn't finish. And even when I said I'm really full, they still order more. And I did not ask for the price, but apparently it's very economical. And yeah, the food in Russia is great. For the next few days, uh, we didn't go to any fancy restaurants because we're very tired actually after the shows as well. So the show went from 11 in the morning until like 8 at night, and after that, we just wanted to just eat something simple and then just go back to sleep because it's actually very tiring. And this gives me a special appreciation for all those everyone who's working in shops. Maybe I'm sitting in the office too much or travel too much. That if you sit at a place for 9 hours every day, it is actually very tiring. Yeah, I don't know if any of you have experience on that, but it is very tiring. But uh, what is fun though is all the fans coming in and then they all come in and say hello and then they chat with you and then they all say they all show the praise for my mom's designs and they're really really enthusiastic and then because they're so happy and then it made me happy too because of that vibe and then we started talking and all that and yeah, that really makes it really fun. So, a lot of fans come to us and then we talk for like 2 to 3 hours. Some maybe less. So there are a lot of people that we talked to 2 to 3 hours with. And I just remember saying "Plasiba" a lot. We have a translator who translates a lot, but pe- like again, we're very grateful. They a lot of them really like a lot of designs around Mumbit. So there's all kinds of compliment, and all I know what to say is thank you because they're all saying this, and I really, really heartfelt. But is there like a synonym for thank you? Because you can only say thank you so many times until it gets boring. But that is the only thing you can say, right? But anyway, so that was really fun. And so why don't we go to pictures? There are other fun stories, but let's just see. Let's just go through the pictures and we'll go through. So the first picture right here, this is our booth, and on the left, so Irish is our translator, and then on the right here is Christy, our colleague. You've probably seen her around also on Facebook as well. She's in charge of also marketing and talking to our dealers and distributors, and she actually made a lot of unboxing videos too. So for those who don't know, so check out our channel as well, and they're really good too. And then, yeah, these are two of our really fun fans. And, a lot of them actually, they also, we have chatted on Messenger a lot too. So on the one on the right, I think her name is, okay, I'm so sorry if I pronounced it wrong. I think it's Marla. It's like Mary, in Russian, I think. And we actually talk on Facebook a lot. And then, it's fun when you go there and then we talk a lot. And it's like, oh wow, I finally see you. So that is something. It's not only she's not the only one. There's many of them. So that was a fun experience that we had that I had talking to many people. Anyway, let's see what's a So okay, then we have a little display here of our dolls of our booth, right? And what's funny is so Larissa, our really the partner of Dimitri, business partner of Dimitri, who is our distributor in Russia. She is really great. She really knows our brand. She really helps us promote. And every night we're so thankful. She would come in and say like, "Oh, you have stood there in the booth for a long day. Um, why don't I take over for 1 hour?" And that is like, wow, well, 1 hour and I can, just, do my own thing. We actually walked around the show, um, because yeah, you need someone to man the booth, right? But when someone would take over hours, like, and she didn't need to do it, because it's our job. But then we're so thankful. And we had this whole display, like the photo that I showed up, right? And on the second day, she came in and like, "Oh, I moved your dolls around, and I think it looks better." And so I think I made a Facebook post and say like, "Oh, do you see the before and after?" A lot of people don't see the difference, but actually, when you're there and you're close and you see up close, you actually see the difference because there's a three-dimensional thing that if you stick it out a little bit more, it gives some kind of I don't know, substance. It looks a lot better. So I think I just didn't take good pictures enough because it's really hard to show something in three-dimensional into a two-dimensional picture. But yeah, that was really fun too. And thank you, Larissa, for doing that. And okay, here is another picture. This is a building that it's all in that neighborhood. I want to say it's either some government building or some church. And sorry, Dimitri, I know you spend a lot of time explaining all these things. It's your museum or something, and I forgot. Yeah, it's very hard to yeah. I just have a very bad memory and very sorry for that. But see, this is red is the signature color that's on there, right? This doesn't have a dome on the spire, but this is one of them. And then the next picture here is the McDonald's that I'm talking about. So you see this signature M, right? And again, the son, I forgot his name too. I'm so bad at. Oh, it's Yurgi, I think. And he is the son of the business partner of Demetri as well. So he went in and then he's like, "Yeah, this is so. You should try it. It's better than the McDonald's." So I went there and I had a meal. And so that comes with fries. It came with the burger and the fries. Also, you can have like a sauce that comes with it. I had like the sweet and sour sauce, I think. And so yeah, it actually tasted not bad. Um, is it better than McDonald's? I think yes in some ways and no in other ways. How should I say it? So I think they are what's it called? It's more full of flavor. Let's just say that. And but that could be a good thing and a bad thing. But um, I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say it's a lot better. It's kind of like head to head, but it's different. So you can't really compare two different things. But anyway, and also over there again, we had time to walk around the show, especially when Lewis are in there. So many beautiful dolls. Look, so we were in this show, and a lot of them like the artists there, they make one of a kind dolls, and they spent their time like making them. And so there are dolls that took some of the artists like a month to make, right? And because of that, they like the impression I got is the Russians really have a high appreciation of art, and they would like to spend a lot of time perfecting, making them beautiful, all the details. I'll show more pictures later. And also they have dolls of all different kinds of sizes. There are some dolls that are like nearly my height as well, like they're big dolls, right? And around the rest of the world, even in the States, they did have big dolls in the past, but because they're not very portable, that people just stop having them. And so, but then in Russia, uh, I think they make dolls. I might be wrong, but they make dolls based on what they think looks best. And if the big doll looks best, then they will make the big doll. Portability is something that they might not focus on. I might be wrong. I haven't talked to enough Russians about it, but I might be wrong. But the impression I got is they more focused on the art and the beauty of it rather than this like portability, how much time you put in. Because and all the work they put in, there's a lot of people who appreciate it, and people are willing to pay for like works of art. And so this kind of ecosystem in that people can make great works of art and other people are willing to pay for it. This also helped the artists survive because they can keep on making beautiful things, and not mass produce things. And so this has really struck me in that you get the sense that Russians really appreciate art and they're willing to pay for art. So I think there are a lot of people like in other countries that they're really good artists, but if they spend a month like making something and they don't get a good price out of it, then it's just not sustainable because of course they have bills to pay and things like that too, right? So a lot of them have to sacrifice a little and like, okay, I have to make more and then because of that they sacrifice their time that's spent on individual ones. Whereas Russia, a lot of people can still spend that time on making these things. So then the quality is higher, not just because Russian skills are better. It's just that people are willing to buy higher price things over there, which was something that struck me. So, yep. Anyway, there's this doll that is huge, if I remember. I'll go through. There are a lot of pictures. Maybe I can put on a slideshow that I'm just going to skim over. I'm just picking some that I think is really important or beautiful. I mean, look at these, right? It's like royalty, and look at all the details, like the gold and red and the seams and yeah, all the things that go into it, and the embroidery, right? I I, I mean, I won't be. It looks like these are like I don't know, like all buttons or something. But imagine sewing every single button in, or maybe the fabric came in like that. But even if it's handmade, then you know, the person making those fabrics too. I mean, that is something that's stunning, right? Um, there are a lot of like baby dolls as well. I mean, the dolls come in all sizes. And I mean, look at this pouty face. It's so funny. Anyway, there's so many dolls. Let me skip to ones that I think is really okay. So this one is really beautiful. I mean, look at her face. It's really, really sweet. Um, I mean, I can't see. I don't remember now. This might be porcelain. We And funnily, just interestingly, we used to make porcelain like 20 years ago, but we stopped making because it's so easily to break and shipping but yeah, Russians still make them because yes, there is a certain appeal to porcelain dolls. It's really, really beautiful. Um, anyway, let's see. Yeah, all these sculpts and all these faces. I mean, look at this. All the details that go into it. And, we call that art the dolls detailed compared to them. No, like even this is I can't guess this is kind of like a fantasy kind of like Alice in the Wonderland vibe, right? Look at all the laces, all the dress, everything that goes in the details of the dress. It's just amazing. Yeah, I will show like pictures, even this one, right? I think it's kind of like I don't know, a sweet girl with devil wings or something, but all the yeah, I mean, look at all the time that they spent on making all these, making the dress. Uh, oh, and this is the one that I really like. So it's a probably more of a darker tone, skin tone, right? I mean, just her face and her. I don't know. She has a certain smile that feels like it feels very warm when you see it, right? And she's like so confident, like looking at that. Whoever sculpted this doll, and I mean, just her whole attitude, like with her hand like at the side on the hips, right? It's just so stunning. It's so stunning. This is, I think, one of my favorite dolls. Not the clothing is just not it's not very detailed, but the expression and that whole pose is just yeah, something that's very. Oh, so I did a close up. This is just amazing. All right, what else? Yeah, I mean, all these dolls with all these details. I'm just not going to go over them. There's just so many. For all of you, if you have a chance, I know it might be difficult, but if you have a chance to go to Moscow and just see all these dolls, they're yeah, breathtaking. I don't think photos just do them justice, especially that I don't take great photos as well. I mean, look at this. I think I've showed this a little bit, but look at all the little like rhinestones and things um and the embroidery. I don't know if the embroidery is made by hand, by machine, and how those all these rhinestones just all come together. And even this hat. I think this hat is something of a traditional Russian thing. And incidentally, it is so I'm so sorry I forgot your name. I think it's she's Huyana, but I might be wrong. But we actually have a designer who take ruby red dolls and makes beautiful outfits, especially those hats. Uh, I, I don't have a picture of it. I actually do have a picture, but I can't show it. And like 2 years ago, we actually there was this the Russian who keep on posting like the hats with really extravagant hats, kind of like this, but with different styles. And and then I was like, oh, won't it be fun to work with her? And so I messaged her, and she sent her the hat, and of course it's very beautifully made. I want to show it to you, but I don't have her approval, so I don't know if it's appropriate to show it. So we might show it in a later if we have her approval, but because it's her something made by her, so I don't think it's appropriate for us to disclose it. But when she said we want to work together and we want to recreate it, we couldn't. It is just too expensive because all the rhinestones and all the things that go on the hat, and we have to do them one by one. It just takes too much time and it's costly, too costly for us, especially if you have to make like 50 to 100 of them. So at the end, we had to say kindly, I had to say kindly to her, so, sorry, your thing is so beautiful. It's just out of our reach, and we can't make them. And so that was 2 years ago. And then this year she showed up and said hi. I was like, oh yes, I remember that story. And then and yeah, I've always been really, that feeling that maybe that you really want to meet like a great artist, and then she just totally showed up. And especially when you meet that artist and she's like, I love your designs. I'm like, no, you got it backwards. We love your designs. And sorry, but anyway, that's another fun story. So also, I mean, all these beautiful. What is this era again? Okay, I don't want to say what this is, but uh, this this is Victoria. But I mean, look at her face, look at her wig, look at the whole dress, right? And all the ruffles and um, yeah, all the details, and also from the men too. It's beautiful, beautiful. There's a close up here. Yep. I can't tell, but it could be porcelain too. On the details of the how the eyes are, probably they're painted. It really looks realistic too, and the outfit. I mean, anyway. Uh oh, and this is something that I also found really. So this one I think is the biggest highlight that I had. So this is a doll that is made purely out of cotton. So I mean, I didn't believe it. When I went, I was like, wait, how does the material work, right? I mean, at first when we saw the face, like, this is not like vinyl is not plastic. It's but I can't really place that. And this is the hat that I talked about the Russian hats that they put a lot of rhinestones and things and all these patterns, right? The one that we had the what I talked about earlier about too hard for us to make. So she created this all with cotton, and then she spray painted it, and also hand painted it, and also, um, I, I mean, all the details. It's all painted, and look at her face. I mean, And this one specifically had a horse that goes. It's also made out of cotton, and apparently, like she used paper mache or something, or some glue that makes things go hard. But how can she make something so detailed with cotton? I still don't know how she does it. But this whole thing, um, she spent a whole month doing it, and it only cost like 1,000 US. I mean, I can't imagine like this for a whole month and just only 1,000 US. You know, when I first saw it, I thought it cost like 10,000 US. I mean, all the details just go into it. I mean, and it's already sold. When I went there, and gosh, I know we also have like a collector who always messaged me on Facebook like, can we make horses? Can we make horses? And like, yeah, we're thinking about it, but we have to make a mold, and it's really costly, and blah blah blah. But wow, this person just makes horses from just plain cotton. It's sorry, we don't have the skills to work with cotton, so we can't do this. But I mean, all the details, like even the horse, right? You can see like I won't call them wrinkles, but the skin looks really lifelike. And I mean the eyes are painted on and spray paint them just amazing. So this is the highlight all that, but there are a lot of them. I think my photos just don't do them justice, and you can just go see. This one is really beautiful too. I think this is also called porcelain. I'm seeing a lot of porcelain. They might not be, but yeah, the face. I mean, the face. It's just so calm, so nice, so beautiful. Uh, all right, and then again, there's the red with the pointy spires. With this is probably a church, right? It's really beautiful to walk at night. And let's see if there are other pictures that worth. Oh yeah, and then it's right outside our booth, like the booth right like across us, like probably like in less than 2 meters, right? They make this really beautiful teddy bears. I don't think they're plush. I haven't touched them. I don't know what type they're, but it's just so detailed, so beautiful, and also it comes with this house. It's like a doll house, or is it? Should I call it a teddy bear house or something? But anyway, so detailed. So many people are taking pictures of it. And I'm just flipping through. There's a lot of pictures that we're just going to show them on the slideshow that I can put up. All right, then the next story, I think the last story you have is there was a gathering of our fans. So what happened was let's go back a little bit. So we went to the stall show, and there's a lot of fans who actually like went a long way to come visit us. So a lot of them take the train or even took the flight over. So a lot of them live like 5 hours away or something, and then they all came and yeah, to come and visit us. And then a lot of them say like, okay, why don't we host like go to a coffee house or something? And it's actually I think initiated by Larissa, our dealer, or might not be, I don't know. But she totally helped managed it, right? And so they all went to this cafe, and they all brought like ruby red dolls, and they decided to have fun, chat with each other, and then talk to each other, and then they were there for 2 to 3 hours. And this was near the last day. I think the second last day of the show is on Saturday. And then we heard about it. And then, I was talking to Christian's like, and then Christian's like, why don't you go surprise them? So I was like, oh, okay, that might be fun. So we took the cab, and we took 10 minutes to where they are at. And then we just showed up. And so it was really fun. There's about like 15 to 20 people. And then we showed up, we took photos, we had a lot of fun. And what was interesting was in there, a lot of them brought Ruby Red dolls. And I think there were like 10 Polina dolls. If you, for those who don't know, Polina was something that we issued for 2025. So this year, that was very, very popular in Russia. And they're designed by a group of designers. And I only heard of those designers. And in there, apparently, out of like the 20 people that was in, around 20 people, I think 10 of them helped design Polina. So they were the designers that I was, oh, wow, it was actually you guys who made it. So So yeah, it was really fun meeting them. We had a good talk, and what also was a really funny like feeling was, a lot of people actually messaged me that they really want Polina, and of course, we respect our designers that they did not want to make more of Polinas. So we don't have Polinas to sell the rest of the world. And actually, it's the dealer who worked with the designer. So he has she and they have the exclusive rights for selling it. And so a lot of people asked us to buy it, and then we can't sell it because it must be sold by our distributor. And a lot of people asked me, "Can you bring back some Polinas?" And I just went in there, and there are like 10 of them. It's like, when you go to the bank and you see like a pile of gold sitting just right there, right? And the thought did come through my mind. It's like, if you see a pile of gold, like, how can I steal it and then like come back with a handful of it? And then of course, the angel part of me comes like, no, that is against the law and blah blah. But there's this one split second like, oh wow, I want to carry all 10 home. And also funny is, even though it's made by us, right? So I've seen them made with like 100 of them, and now I see 10 of them, and I want to get them back, which is a really funny story. But yeah, so I met with the designers of Polinas, and it was a really fun day. And so, it's we are really looking forward to see if we want to go back again. But it's a really long plane ride, and we have to look at our schedule. But we do want to go back to Russia. It is so beautiful. The people are so nice. The dolls in the shows are so stunning, and it is so fun to talk to people who love Ruby Red. So yep, I think that is all I have for the Russian story. If there are any questions, please let me know. All right, we have come to the end of the video, and Evil Eye. So I thought she was nice, for once, that she actually helped, like, gave the Derf lock homes, right? But now she made me wear a spider headband or something. And Evil Eye, I mean, on her part, look, she prepared this, and she's like, now I have to shake my head around because apparently the spider does not show with a black background. Then next time, just don't get me a spider. You can give me, like, I don't know, like an angelic tiara or something. Why do I have to wear this? Anyway, but anyway, it's the end of the video. I hope to enjoy it. And apparently, I have to say, like, do you guys want to see Durfosaurus again? I made it say it, and I hope all of your answer is no. Please say that in the comments. Don't say yes, say no. And yep. But again, we'll work very hard to get your orders out. Hopefully, by the video time, this video is out, all the orders are already safely in the States. Please keep following us. Also, and like and subscribe. It's because it means a lot. And please, really important, keep updated on the tariff situation. We post from time to time on our Facebook or our website, or just listen to our Frupdates, because things change like very rapidly, and we cannot plan for it. We can only react to it. But in that is the end. And again, like, subscribe, and share, because very important to us. And this is Derf signing off. Hello, so everyone. So this is a little bit behind the scenes thing. So you see this green screen at the back? Apparently, it cuts like the background off so that I can do something presumably evil. I don't know what kind of background he's gonna make, but it's a common like video taking thing, which incidentally, because I has been doing so well on the video, so we increased her budget a little bit so that she can be more creative on making new things, and so she bought this, and what we envisioned at the first was just little videos that talking to our fans about our dolls and things like that, now become like something like a full-fledged like video center or something, which yeah, to I's credit is yeah, amazing. But also, I mean, besides that, she is also evil. I mean, I've said that many times. She's evil, evil, evil. Look at what she got. She got me this. She got me this. So I think a lot of you probably seen, because this is the behind the scene video. I'm going to shoot this wearing this for a Halloween suit later. So you probably have seen me on camera for the episode already. And for those who don't know, how this happened was there was a challenge about like a month ago where I gave me 20 minutes to talk, and I have to talk between those 20 minutes. And I did it. I think it was like 19 minutes, like 34 seconds or something similar to that. And I had 20 seconds to spare. But then I said that the rules were 20 minutes, including the explanation of the rules. So I spent like 2 minutes trying to understand the rules, right? Or something similar. I don't remember, but there was 2 minutes where that, and so with that extra 2 minutes, it became like 21 minutes, which is totally wrong, because how can you put, if you don't understand the rules, how can you put those inside the challenge? Because it doesn't make sense, right? And then one thing led to another, and she's just so evil, right? And then she's just like, okay, well, we're in a democratic kind of place in our office. Why don't we ask everyone to come here to vote? And so, well, clearly I lost a vote because I have to wear this now. And the vote was 9-1, and she is just so evil. You know how? So she phrased the question for the vote. She said like, so who here thinks Fred should wear this dinosaur suit? The question to ask is not that. The question was, does that extra 2 minutes count in the challenge? Because she's just trying to understand the rules, right? And she did not ask that question. She asked, does anyone want to see Fred in that dinosaur suit? And of course, everyone voted yes, right? And she totally rigged that question. That was not fair, but well, I think our colleagues just all cheered me on. Here I am, stuck with this suit. So I'll see you in that episode with that suit on, I guess.